Hello and welcome back to Uplift Lifestyle Podcast. Haley Bowler-Cooke here. I'm so happy to be sitting with you, to connect with you in this way. I just got back from Greece from my dream wedding and honeymoon in Greece. And I was in between clients outside, sun tanning, keeping my European summer energy going forevermore. And I was just like, oh, like sitting and basking in the overflow of like, life is so fucking good. Like every moment, like I'm never doing something I don't want to do. I'm always doing what I want to do. I do what I want. I do what I want. I do what I want all the live long day. And it's so fucking good. And I was out there and I was like, I gotta share this. Because like my one-on-one clients get this all the time. My one-on-one clients who are in high proximity with me, they get the codes all the time. They're constantly getting the channeling, they're constantly getting the codes, they're constantly getting the direct individualized support. And they're getting all of my personal stories and all of the information that floods through, the infinite intelligence that floods through. And I just felt this overwhelming urge to come and record. And because I only do what I want, I only come on to the podcast and serve and support in this way when I'm like, I want to do this, I need to do this, I have to do this. And it was just like that. It was like, go, share. Where to begin? European summer energy. So I'm calling this podcast episode My Dream Wedding and European Summer Energy Forever. Because when you travel and when you expand your consciousness, whether you travel or not, whether when you start to witness people living freely, living in freedom and prosperity and happiness in ways that you have not yet tapped yourself, but you see it and it ignites something in you and it activates something and you go, I want that. You can trust that. You can trust with every cell in your body that that calling is because it's exactly how you're meant to live. It's what you're here for. The programming and the asleep that most humans are operating from, not you, you wouldn't be here listening to this, but you have been programmed and you have awakened out of the asleep, but likely parts of your life are still reflecting the collective unconscious, or you would be happy 100% of the time. Maybe not 100% of the time because we're human and we go through waves, but you would feel fulfilled. You'd be like, I love my life. And you would feel at peace almost 100% of the time, fulfilled almost 100% of the time, and very much like, yep, I'm good. I fucking love life. And when those hard moments do come, because they will come because you're human, so long as you're in this human suit, you'll be like, thank you. Thank you for showing me where I get to heal. Thank you for showing me where I get to reclaim power. Thank you. Now, the collective unconscious, most people are operating in programming where they feel like they have to earn a vacation or they have to earn rest or they have to earn sleep or they have to earn their money or they have to earn and earn and earn. And it's this hustle. And I know because I went to college, I went to university, I went to high school. I hustled my tits off for many years. So I get it. And even in the first couple of years of my life's work, I was doing what I want to do, doing this, but I was doing it from the framework of the collective unconscious. And there was so much hustling and bustling that was not necessary. Now, the last 2 years since my near-death experience, and if this is your first time dropping in here and you're like, hold up, she had a near-death experience and you haven't listened to the conversation on it, go back. It was March of 2024. So I believe it was April or end of March that I recorded the episode. If I'm being honest, I recorded it I was probably too raw to be recording, but I did because I had the urge at the time and it's powerful. So go back to that. That kick-started the way I live now, which is European summer energy forever. And I actually just posted an Instagram reel on this. Go to my Instagram. If you are a podcast listener, but you don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram. You're either not following me on Instagram because you're triggered by me or you just don't know about my Instagram. So go follow me on Instagram and expand yourself. I should have mentioned this too. So the collective unconscious, when you hear someone talking about their freedom and their prosperity and their happiness and their health and all the things, their relationships and all these things, and you get like, oh, I want that, trust that. And if you also get triggered by it where it's like, oh, fuck them or must be nice or whatever, trust that because that envy, that jealousy, that trigger is full of power. It's full of information. It's full of power that you get to reclaim and go, oh, I'm envious of it because I want it. Okay, that's exactly where I should go. Okay, let me learn from this person. Let me be expanded by this person. Let me stay in proximity with this person and go. So, the collective unconscious is this mindset of, and it's very strong in North America. I'm sure it's a global thing because globalization is a whole thing that I'm not going to get into today, but it's specifically in North America where we have, which runs a lot of the world, where we have this programming that's been installed through our ancestors, grandparents, parents, society, media, education, all the systems, all the big systems that we need to earn our happiness and earn our freedom. And like retirement is the biggest joke in the world. It's a joke. Slave for this many years, and then you get to retire, and then you get to be free and you get to be happy. What a fucking joke. We came to Earth to be free and happy. I say this to my clients all the time. If you're not like jumping out of bed to do it, don't do it. If you're not like, oh my God, I can't wait to do it, don't do it. If you're not like, oh my God, I have to do this because I want to do it, don't fucking do it. There is probably like 1% of my life, 1% of like a month that I'm doing something that I don't absolutely love. And it's not that I do it out of obligation because I don't do that anymore. It's not that I do it because I think I should. I don't do that anymore. If I'm doing something that I don't like absolutely fucking love, it's very rare. It's maybe like once a month, and it's something that that I've created peace around. So it's something that maybe I don't really want to do it, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to create peace around it. I'm going to make it a vibe. I'm going to enjoy doing it because it supports me in some way. Okay. So I'll give you an example, like paying tax. I don't love it, but it's something that I'm like, you know what? It's not my life's purpose to sit here and launder money. I would rather just pay the tax and move forward. Obviously, I'm smart about how I do all that, but I do it because it supports me in some way. And I make peace with it and I make it a joyful experience. So that's like an example, right? It's like, that's not the joy of my life to like go on and do my accounting. But I make it a vibe. I'm like, let's do a latte. Let's put some music on. Let's light a candle. Let's make this a sexy, fun vibe because I'm going to do it. But other than that, if I don't want to do it, I don't do it. So my entire days are spent doing what I love. If I don't want to do it, I either move it to the next day. If I still don't want to do it by the next day, I deem it unnecessary and I delete it or I delegate it. And the things that I delegate are things I used to love doing. Certain things that I used to just love doing. So I know it's not like they're like shit jobs. They're just like, I just don't do that anymore. So I delegate it. Or I completely cancel it. I completely go, no, it's not necessary. I deem it unnecessary. When you travel, I'm getting back, I'm back here. When you travel or you expand yourself, you choose to expand your consciousness. You see that North America is a very, Canada, US is a very unconscious program that is all about the hustle. When you go to Europe and you see that people are sleeping in, taking afternoon naps, frolicking in the sand, frolicking in the sea, having multiple coffee dates a day with their friends and family, prioritizing family dinners, prioritizing family, prioritizing sexuality, sensuality, intimacy, prioritizing romance, prioritizing pleasure, prioritizing food. It's all about food because it's like food nourishes you. Food is life. It's all about the way you spend your time in your garden. It's all about the way you spend your time in the sun. It's all life-giving. They don't work their ass off chasing and seeking a dangling carrot that's never going to make them happy. They do what they love. And if they happen to love what they do for work, then they'll do it. They'll be creative and they'll do it. And that, and you know what? So when we were on vacation there, and I've been to Europe a few times, and I feel this every time. And I want to go. Like I decided as soon as we got home from Greece, I was starting to plan Italy 2026. And I'm like, I need to be in Europe every single September because in North America, September hits and people are like, okay, let's get back into our robotic way of our routine and like whatever. And that feels safe for them because that's all they know. But if you choose, like Mitch and I did, to get married in Greece and then to honeymoon in Greece and then to spend extended time in Greece and be in Europe for September, what we did was we extended our summer energy and then we picked up on European summer energy, which is a whole nother vibe. And now that's just how we live. It's how I live. It's like nothing is the same. I'm never going back to the old ways. And there were so many codes in the sun and in the sea that I received on my honeymoon and on my trip that were installed initially right after my near-death experience when I was installed the rest, the receptivity, the surrender, the feminine, the art of receiving in a whole new way. So again, go back and listen to that. But when you expand your consciousness to, oh, we get to just focus on enjoyment and pleasure and doing what we want, because you're a creative being, you're going to creatively express and you're going to do what you love. Like I still turn up here because I love it. I still show up because I love it. I don't have to do this, but I love it. I don't have to work with my clients, but I love it. I don't have to run retreats, but I love it. I do what I love and I eliminate the rest. And when we were over there and we were on that European timeline and that energy, you really start to see the veil gets thin and the veil gets removed, and you really start to see the collective unconscious, and you really start to see the programming of being a slave to life, where you're not free. And it's the biggest illusion because we are free. We are free and we get to be here and we get to do what we love. And the whole reason we came to Earth was to creatively express. We came to Earth to be the highest expressions of ourself, to live it, to be it, to embody it, and then to share it. So me turning up here, sharing it, this is my life's work. This is my career. This is my business, although I don't call it a business anymore and I barely call it a career because it just, those words just aren't it for me. This is just my life. This is what I do. This is my life's work. And I get essentially paid to exist. Essentially, I am paid to exist. I don't displace my power. I am power. I am the source. I am God. I am creation. I am love. I am all of it. And I choose how I spend my time and energy. And time isn't linear, time is circular, time is always happening. So no matter what time you're catching this, this could be a year from when I record it, but it's the right time for you. You may re-listen to this many times and it only installs when it installs, and that's going to be the perfect time for you. But I know in every cell in my body, and I have the results to prove it, that I get to do what I want. And what I want not only nourishes my life in terms of health, wealth, and happiness, but it nourishes the collective. And you don't have to be in this type of industry. You don't have to do this type of work to be paid to exist, to do what you love. You just have to be open to that potentiality. Many of you have heard me say this. I'm actually recording after this a masterclass in transmission, and I will have it in the show notes here. I think I'm going to make it $11. I want to make it really accessible and a no-brainer. But there is, when you put some skin in the game, even if it's only $11, you show the fuck up and you do it. So I'm going to make it $11. I'm going to do a whole transmission and a whole masterclass on this. But you've probably heard me say this, but I'm going to go into it in a big way in a moment here. And it's going to be linked here in the show notes and you can listen and encode. It'll be transmission style as always. But the hologram does not influence the hologram. Physical reality does not influence physical reality. The field influences physical reality. So I support my clients in being the field so that their beingness, their embodiment, living, breathing, they don't have to do anything. They could just literally be sitting on the couch. Or what I do is sit in the sun. I'm not even wearing pants right now. I'm wearing bikini bottoms because I was just out there tanning. I'm going to get my ass back out there as soon as I record this, then record the transmission. I'm getting back out in the sun and I'm going to get the sun coats so that I can come here and channel for you. And that's that beautiful magic. But the field is what influences reality. The field is you. You are the field, not your human self, your infinite self. The closer you can get to God, the closer you can get to being God, because you already are. And every time I pray, I say, God, connect me to my divinity. And they go, I know I already am divinity. I am divinity. I am God. I know there's no separation. But sometimes you need that reminder, connect me there. The closer you can get to that, the closer you be that, the more you are the field, the more you just living and breathing and experiencing yourself influences the hologram. And that's when you see the results that you couldn't have even dreamed up. And you're like, oh my God, thank you. You're like, I love this. I want more of this. Thank you. Just by breathing. Magic, blessings, abundance, prosperity, money, love, opportunity, everything you've ever wanted just lands in your lap literally when you are the field. Now, the reason this works, I'm actually going to save that. You're going to have to listen to the transmission. I'll explain the quantum physics. I'll explain the literal quantum physics that is evidence-based so that your human reptile brain can wrap around it and go, okay, I'm willing to adopt this belief. And then your belief, which influences consciousness, which influences the field, will be the field and change the hologram, change your physical reality. I'll explain all that in the upcoming. That's tagged here in the show notes. For $11. It'll be a YouTube video. You'll get a private link. You'll watch it. You'll have lifetime access to it for $11 and it will be life-changing for you. And I'll go into way more codes in there. But the closer you can get to being the field, and then eventually you just are the field of enoughness, your entire life blooms open for you. And you literally realize that your entire life is a self-care practice. Your entire life is a gift. Your entire life is love. Your entire life is abundance. You do whatever you want to do whenever you want to do it, period. And you are supported. It all takes care of itself. The money takes care of itself, however it takes care of itself. The time takes care of itself, however it takes care of itself. The energy takes care of itself, however it takes care of itself. You are supported infinitely. This is how I live. This is how my clients live. For $11, you're going to get a taste of this. Okay? You're getting a taste of it right now. You're going to get a big bite of it if you choose to watch the transmission that I'll link in the show notes. This way of being, this life is a gift I would just want to give to everyone. But you have to do the work to be on the level. You have to do the reprogramming, the deconditioning, the releasing, the letting go of the old timeline and the old programs so that there is space because you will just be pulled forward. God will just pull you forward. Your infinite self will just pull you forward when you clear all the programming. So you got to do the work to clear all that. You got to do the work to clear all the bullshit. So many of you are listening. You've been doing the work for a long time. Let's go. Let's dive in deeper. Many of you are new here and you're just starting this work and you're like, reprogramming, deconditioning, what's all that? And you're going to find out, and you can listen to all my podcast episodes. You can look through my on-demand resources. There's so much support. Read my book. There's so much support for you at any level and every level. But you get to the levels, because there's so many levels, but you get to this level where it's all so good and you just feel peace all the time. And it's a gift that I want to give to everyone. And it's a gift that I do give to everyone, but they meet me where they meet me, and the codes will meet them where they're at. My book will meet you exactly where you're at. There's episodes that will meet you exactly where you're at. Trust where you're called. There's on-demand resources from pay what you can to free to $22 to $100. And then there's, of course, high-level work with me, and that's only for those who have been doing this work for a long time and are serious about up-leveling in huge ways. Nonetheless, inner peace that is matched with physical results that you're obsessed with, this is how I live, is a gift. It's the best thing in the world. It's life. Like, I have this gift within me I get to experience all the time. It never turns off. Sunday through Monday, never turns off. 24/7 of the day, never turns off. I'm always in this field. I'm always this field. And this way of being is part of why. And if you listen to 2 podcasts ago, it was all about my dream wedding that I hadn't had yet. I was like, it's coming. We were about to take off. We were about to fly to Greece. Well, now I'm on the other side of my dream wedding. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see I've got my beautiful wedding band on with my beautiful engagement ring. I'm on the other side of my dream wedding. And again, follow me on Instagram and go and look at all the photos. There's a whole story highlight. Just look for the Greek flag and the engagement ring emoji. You'll find your way. My wedding was pure presence. We designed it that way. We wanted to be splashing in the sea and drinking Aperol Spritz hours before our ceremony with our friends. Well, not friends, with our family who are our friends, and with each other. There was 9 of us there. It was our immediate family. We wanted to be making love on the day of our wedding. We wanted to be spending all our time together. We did not want to be separate. We did not want to be getting our makeup done at 7 a.m. and any of that bullshit. We didn't want to be doing unnecessary photos that we don't give a fuck about. We want to be with our families. We want to be with each other. It was all about presence. So most weddings are performative. Let's just call it what it is. Most weddings are performative and it's exhausting. And it's not real and pure and true, and you lose the plot every time. And it's no longer about what it's about, which is love and everlasting love. So Mitch and I were really intentional, and as hard as it was, because we have so many friends that we love, we have so many family members that we love that we would love to be there with us, but we made the decision to just do it with our immediate families and let it all be about exactly what we wanted and what we needed and what was important, which was the sacredness of the union, the sacredness of the coming together, the honoring of our 13 years that led up to this point, and the forever that's to come. And there was no room for performativity. It was pure presence. It wasn't, the speeches weren't about entertaining, the people in the back. They were about speaking directly to Mitch and I. The toasts were speaking directly to Mitch and I. Our vows were just me and Mitch. The 9 people were watching. Well, there's actually 7 people watching. It was 9 total. So our immediate families, my parents, my sister, his sister, and her husband, our vows Mitch and I exchanged in front of them, but it was just like Mitch and I were there. None of it was performative. It was all about presence. And I never had that like post-wedding drop or low or depression because I was 100% present for the whole day. I didn't put my wedding on a pedestal. It was like, oh my God, and then this and this. It was just like, whatever. We love each other. We love each other every day, 24/7. Every day is a vibe. The wedding's going to be extra special, of course. It's going to be sacred, of course. It's going to be incredible. 13-course dinner, the most gorgeous venue. We were in the Greek islands, right? We had paid to have the whole space to ourselves. Like it was elaborate, it was luxury, it was incredible. But our whole life is a vibe. So it wasn't on this pedestal. The morning of, the guys went ATVing. The girls had breakfast, and then I was like, hey guys, go enjoy your day. I'm going to the spa. And then we all just met up in the sea and we were swimming in the sea. And then it was like 4 o'clock and we're like, oh shit, the photographer's here. We better go get ready. And the photographer showed up and I was like, hey, my hair's wet. Why don't you go and like relax, have a drink, or take photos of whatever you want to take photos of? But I'll be ready in like an hour because I'm chilling. It was so relaxing. Everything was restorative. We did it the way we wanted to do it. After our wedding, we had our 13-course dinner. We had the most beautiful, intimate, emotional speeches, and the emotion that came through during these speeches, it would have never happened, even if there was 5 more people there. It had to be the specific arrangement, the divinity of this arrangement, of it being immediate family, of it just being us, of it being about exactly what we wanted to be about, for this magic to unfold, for this healing, for this power, for this union to unfold in the way that it did. And I love sharing photos. I love sharing about it. And it's just there's no words for it. There's no words for that level of presence and that experience of emotion and truth and authenticity. And no matter how you cut it, if you start to add in a bunch of other people's opinions, the authenticity gets dropped. And then it becomes about ego and it becomes about performativity and it becomes about everything and everyone else, and you lose the plot. Now, to each their own, because I fucking love me a party. I love a big wedding. I love it. But it was really important because I think a wedding is really important. I think a marriage is really important. It was really important that we're going to do it and we're going to do it in this really intentional way so that every moment leading up, we can just fucking thrive. Like, I can't tell you how many people in the weeks and days leading up, they're like, oh my God, you're so calm. And I eventually was like, am I missing something? Because why do people keep telling me how calm I am? Like, why wouldn't I be calm? I'm marrying the love of my life. I know he's my soulmate. We're getting married in Greece on the Greek islands at a luxury five-star hotel. I'm going to be swimming in the sea hours before my ceremony. My sister's doing my hair and makeup, and she barely did it because I was like, I don't even care. Like, and then having a family dinner with my family where we're going to exchange speeches and toast, which we just call verbal cards. My family always does verbal cards anyways, where we just, on a special occasion, we just share how much we love each other. Like, there's nothing to be stressed about when you live life by your own design. You feel good, you feel free, you feel at peace when you do what you want. And this is something I've been talking a lot about with my clients, and it's like it became just so clear when you get space from your life. And again, it's like that European summer energy, those codes that you receive when you travel, the codes you receive when you take space. Strategic spaciousness is what I call it in the foundational years, and then it eventually just becomes how you live. And you're always like, you would never overbook yourself, you would never overschedule yourself, you'd never be overwhelmed, you'd never be stressed, you just wouldn't put yourself in that environment. Like, you're always vibing and chilling and thriving when that strategic spaciousness just becomes how you live. So the strategic spaciousness is just how I live, and it's become my life. And having the space and the time to allow Source, God, the highest truth and expression of me, which is God, which is you, we are all one, and we are all divinity, we are all God. When you give yourself the space, that information comes through really clearly. Most people are only giving themselves, that hour on their yoga mat or 5 minutes in the morning or whatever it is, and then they're not getting the full install. But when you make this your day-to-day life and it's just how you live, you're constantly getting installed with codes and you're constantly living in freedom and you just glow different. You're just more beautiful, you're happier, you're healthier, you're more wealthy, you're free. Like, it's just, life gets really fucking good, okay? This is how I live, this is how my clients live. But you have to create that space. And then you have to really ask yourself, and sorry, I went on a tangent there, but this is what I was getting back to. Is this coming from truth or is this coming from my ego? Like, that's it. Do I want to have this big wedding because it's what I truly want? Or is it to people please, which is ego, which is wounding, which is control, which is performativity, which is all the other things? Am I doing it because I want to or because society says I should? Do I want to or my parents? Do I want to or my system, my school system? Do I want to or my friends? Like, we got to strip it all away. And this is the work. The work is just clearing and releasing the old, stripping it down, ego death after ego death, dive head first into it so that you can clear it. And then you feel the freedom of like, this is who I fucking am. And this is what I'm here for. So I know you got tons of codes from this. I encourage you with every cell in my body to click the link to get instant and lifetime access for $11 to the transmission I'm dropping. And take it deeper. Read my book, do the installs, come work with me one-on-one. Do this work day in, day out, live this. It gets really good. There's a reason all of my one-on-one clients, they sign up for 1 month, they stay for 2 years. Not because anything's missing, not because they haven't reached their goals yet, but because they reach their goals, they live their dream life, they keep being more prosperous, more wealthy, more happy, more successful, more free. And they're like, oh my God, it just keeps getting better. Of course I want to keep doing this work. Like, it gets to be this good. It gets to be this fucking good, and you deserve it. And this is why we came to Earth, to express ourselves creatively and authentically and freely and when we do that and we drop the ego and the programming and we literally just do what we want, you realize how much time and energy and health and money and all the things that you've wasted on trying to people please. And people pleasing is the biggest ego thing you can do. Because if you're people pleasing, it's not selfless. You're people pleasing to be liked. And that's all ego. That's all control. That's all external validation neediness. When you drop people pleasing, and this was another amazing thing that we got, like when you travel, you just get all these codes, right? And you just realize how like Canadians are just apologizing all the time. I came back from, sorry, Greece, and then a couple of days later, I went to the spa for a day, and I walked in to the steam room, and there were two girls in there, and I just opened the door, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, sorry, sorry, sorry," and I was like, "Wait, what are you sorry for?" And they're like, "Oh, I don't know. I guess because we're Canadian," and I was like, "Nothing to be sorry for. Enjoy yourself." You know? Like it's just so silly. Like the people pleasing, the apologizing, the inauthenticity, like it's so ego. And people think, oh, apologizing and being sorry and all timid and people pleasy like this is like a selfless, kind thing to do. No, it's the most unkind thing you can do because you're ignoring your truth. And when you ignore and abandon your truth, you're abandoning the divine. And when you're abandoning the divine, you're abandoning life. And when you're abandoning life, you're operating in something that is extractive. The collective can't thrive when you're too wrapped up in your ego wanting to be loved and validated by everyone that you lose the whole plot. So when we're traveling and we're meeting people from the States and Australia and all these other countries in Europe, and you just realize the group think and the collective unconscious and the programming of North America is so intense and heavy. And it's like you have to really bust free from that and choose love and light that is not fake. It's not false. It's not a mask. It's truth. It's not people pleasing. It's truth. It's love. It's not niceness. It's truth. And other people in other countries just don't have that same filter and censorship. And they're freer and they're happier and they're more successful and they're healthier. What the fuck are we doing, you know? So let's wake up. Let's go to Europe. And if you aren't going to Europe, let's embody the energy of how do I want to live and how do I want to spend my days and my time. Do this work, listen to the $11 install, read my book and reread it and read it and reread it and actually do the work because you have to do the work to get on the level. Come work with me one-on-one. If you're listening to this, let's go. Let's fucking go. And start doing what you love and start eliminating. The best way to do what you love is eliminate what you don't love and then fill the space doing what you love. And for me, it's like lying out in the sun and doing whatever the fuck else I want. But usually it's just like, what do I want to do? Okay, I'm going to go do that. And that's that. Eliminate what you don't love, add in what you love. Even if that adding in what you love is adding in like rest and nothingness. That's like the most important thing. Fill the space with nothingness, the art of non-doing, the art of receiving. I have a whole chapter on my book called The Art of Receiving. I have retreats coming up, you guys. I have retreats coming up, in-person retreats. The best way to get my codes is to work one-on-one with me or to come see me in person. You will see how I am, how I live. You will experience the authenticity of me. You will be upgraded to your unique highest self. And there's nothing like being in person with me. I have two micro retreats coming up, October 27th and November 17th from 9 a.m. to 12 noon at my family's retreat center renewal retreat. $350. It's a no fucking brainer for a 3-hour install and upgrade that will change life forever. We'll do energy work, body work, breath work. It'll be hands-on. There will be a lunch, there will be a coffee ceremony, there will be movement. We'll be in the yoga studio, we'll be in the main cabin, we'll be having circle talks, sisterhood time. It's going to be everything you need and more. $350 is no fucking brainer. It's crazy. Send me an email, send me a DM. Let's go. Let's get you there. And then in December, we're hosting another plant medicine retreat. Myself, Mike Milosh, aka Rye, my favorite musician, who is now my friend and collaborator, Cassia Mayador, and Joseph August. Incredible people. They're coming from California. This will be our one, two, three, fourth time doing this together. It's life-changing work. We're doing it in the winter, December. December is a time of transition and transformation, cutting and releasing from 2025, opening up to 2026. It's going to be a life-changing plant medicine and sound journey. And then there's an opportunity for extended experiencing and workshopping and sessions. It's a no-brainer. If you've been called to it, trust that the plant medicine is something you need to specifically feel the call to. If you feel the call, overcome your ego, overcome your fear, and show up. Send me an email. I'll give you all the details on that. Okay, I love you. See you in the $11 transmission that is linked here in the show notes. Again, it's instant and lifetime access. You can just keep rewatching it, getting the upgrade. It's the same thing with all my on-demand resources. I'll actually link all my on-demand resources as well. There's ones with specific trainings. There's ones on money. There's ones on momentum. There's ones on art of receiving, pleasure, you name it, feminine, masculine energy, all the things. It's all there for you. And everything is pay once, get lifetime access. And they're all transmission style. So it's like a video that you watch and you encode. All right. I love you. And I'll see you soon.